You see the email. It would take 5 minutes to answer, so you decide to do it later. 3 days pass. Now the email feels heavier than the work itself. You were never avoiding the time. You were avoiding the tiny, uncomfortable feeling attached to starting. Here are 7 reasons simple tasks become strangely difficult, and how to finish them before they grow inside your head. Number 7, the task contains a small emotional cost. The action may be easy, but the feeling around it is not. Replying to the email could mean disappointing someone. Booking the appointment could confirm that a problem is real. Checking the bill could force you to see a number you would rather avoid. Your mind does not measure only minutes. It also predicts discomfort. When a short task carries uncertainty, embarrassment, conflict, or bad news, later becomes a quick escape. That is why calling it laziness rarely helps. The label attacks your character without identifying the feeling driving the delay. Name the emotional cost instead. I am avoiding this reply because I may need to say no. I am delaying the bill because I am worried about the total. Once the feeling has a name, the task becomes specific again. You do not need to solve every emotion first. You only need to stop confusing 5 minutes of action with the discomfort surrounding it. Number 6, the first step is less obvious than it looks. Deal with the insurance. Fix the document. Organize the desk. These sound like tasks, but they're actually small projects. Each one hides several decisions. Where do you begin? Which document do you need? What counts as finished? When the first physical action is unclear, the brain experiences friction before anything happens. So you postpone the entire project, even though one part might take only 5 minutes. Shrink the instruction until your hands know exactly what to do. Do not write "handle the appointment." Write "open the clinic website and find the phone new." Do not write "clean the kitchen." Write "put every cup into the sink." A useful first step should require no additional planning. It should begin with a visible verb: open, call, place, send, choose, or write. Clarity does not make the whole project disappear. It removes the decision standing between you and motion. Number 5, starting has a fixed mental cost. A 5-minute task does not always feel small when your attention is already somewhere else. You may be watching a video, working on another project, or finally relaxing. To complete the small task, you must stop, remember the context, find the right information, and switch mental gears. That transition can feel larger than the task itself. This is why scattering tiny obligations across the day often fails. Each one demands a new start. 10 5-minute tasks can create 10 separate moments of resistance. Group similar tasks into one short maintenance block. Answer messages together. Make calls together. Process forms together. Keep the documents or links you need in one visible place. You are not making the task shorter. You are paying the starting cost once instead of paying it repeatedly. When the doorway into the work becomes easier, small tasks begin to feel small again. Number 4, later rewards you immediately. The moment you postpone something, pressure drops. You close the message. The uncomfortable decision disappears from the screen. For a few minutes, relief replaces tension. Your mind remembers that relief. The next time the task appears, postponing becomes the fastest way to feel better again. This creates a quiet loop: discomfort, delay, relief, then more discomfort when the task returns. The task grows, but the habit survives because the reward for delaying is immediate while the cost arrives later. Break the loop by making action produce relief sooner. Promise only the first 60 seconds. Open the message and write one rough sentence. Put the form on the desk and fill in the first box. You are teaching your mind a new sequence: discomfort, action, relief. The goal is not to force yourself through every task at once. It is to stop letting postponement be the only available exit. Number 3, the task has no natural moment to happen. Some actions come with a clear time. A meeting begins at 10. The train leaves at 6. Dinner goes into the oven before you eat. But many small tasks float through the day. There is always a later moment that appears equally possible. Without a specific place and time, I will do it later is not a plan. It is a task without an address. Give it one. Not sometime this afternoon. Try after lunch, before I reopen my messages. Not this weekend. Try Saturday at 9, while the kettle boils. Connect the task to an event that already happens. After I brush my teeth, I will request the refill. When I sit at my desk, I will send the invoice before opening anything else. A calendar time can work, but a reliable trigger is often stronger. The task stops competing with the entire future and gains one clear moment to begin. Number 2. Delay adds shame to the original task. On the first day, you only need to send a reply. By the fourth day, you also need to explain why you took so long. Now opening the message reminds you that you avoided it. The task becomes evidence of a problem, and the embarrassment creates even more delay. This is how 5 minutes becomes a week. Do not wait until you can repair the task and your feelings about it perfectly. Remove the apology performance. If an apology is genuinely needed, keep it short. Sorry for the delay. Here is the information you requested. Then complete the original task. Your job is not to create a convincing story about why you postpone. Your job is to close the loop. Shame wants a dramatic explanation. Progress usually needs one honest sentence and the next useful action. Number 1, you keep negotiating with the task. Every time you notice it, a discussion begins. Should I do it now? Do I have enough energy? Would later be better? Can it wait until tomorrow? The task may take 5 minutes, but you spend far more time repeatedly deciding whether to begin. Create a rule that ends the negotiation. If a task takes less than 5 minutes and you have what you need, do it the first time you deliberately touch it. If you cannot do it now, do not rely on memory. Give it a specific trigger or place it inside your next maintenance block. There are only 2 destinations, action or a real plan. Later is not one of them. This rule will not fit every situation. Some small tasks carry real consequences and deserve thought. But most repeated delays are not requests for better judgment. They are requests for a decision you have already made several times. The email is still short. The appointment still begins with one call. The cup still needs to reach the sink. Finish the 5-minute task before your mind turns it into a 5-day burden.